a burping contest?
No, because I'm in Obama.
Why are you behind me? Stop, you weird. Stop. Get from behind me. Okay. You can go ahead and play your game now. Go. Peekaboo. Hey you guys, this is Mimi, and I'm here to sparkle your day, and this man won't get away from me. Okay, so if you've seen the title of the video, we're going to be talking about Mortal Kombat, the movie, and we went to theaters about a week and a half ago to go see it when the theaters opened up around here in Georgia. So, he's goofy, but we just seen the movie.
Okay.
We just went to go see Mortal Kombat, the movie, so we're just going to tell you guys some things about our opinions on certain scenes or about the characters that was in it. And if you're somebody who hasn't watched the movie yet and you watch my channel, I advise you to go watch the movie first and come back and look at this video later. If you want to get spoiled and know some spoilers before, stay tuned to this. So anyway, the movie started off with what was Scorpion's character name? It started with an H.
I'm actually not sure what his actual name is.
The reason, okay, so before anybody says anything or try to say something to us or roasting or anything about Mortal Kombat, I played Mortal Kombat since I was a little girl, from the first Mortal Kombat all the way to Mortal Kombat 11. So I usually know some of the characters. I still try to remember, the story mode, because every now and then new characters or something appear, and it's so many games out there to where I be forgetting about the characters every now and then. So they added some new characters in the movie. I think it was only like one new character or two. I think it was like one or two. It was like
only one.
It was only one.
Yeah,
it was
that new person that was a descendant
from Scorpion.
Yeah, from Scorpion's bloodline.
Yeah, so technically, he's looking up the name for Scorpion's character, but basically the movie started off with Scorpion back in the early, I think it was 16 or 1700s, I believe, and it was showing how he was living his life, Hamza. Okay, I knew it was something that started with an H. So, I was like, what was it?
His name is Hanzo Hasashi.
Hanzo Hasashi. Okay, so basically, the story started off with Hanzo Hasashi, which was Scorpion, and he was a Japanese descendant, and he lived with his wife and two kids. Had a daughter, and he had a son. The son, was like a few years older, like 8 or 9, and the baby girl was just like a fresh little newborn, like a few months old, and, he was living his best life, with his wife and kids, and he went down the hill to go get his family and the whole household some water. He went to go get 2 pails of water. So he went down, and the wife went into the house with the son and the daughter because the baby was crying because she was a little cold. And I think that should have been a sign in the movie right there that Sub-Zero was coming, because the baby started getting very cold. And she was crying, and the son said, "Mama, my little sister is cold." And they was trying to figure out what was going on, and she had the doors closed, but out of nowhere, all you hear were, the slicing with the swords and the weapons, and men were, fighting, and next thing you know, there was blood all over the freaking doors.
Fighting, they were dying.
They were.
They weren't fighting back.
The beginning got so brutal, and I was just like, what the heck are we watching? Like, and next thing you know, it showed the ice and everything, and I was like, oh my god, Sub-Zero, oh my god. And Sub-Zero came into the house, storming around, killing everybody. And I think he was doing that because he was trying to keep the bloodline from going for his family.
Oh no,
trying to kill all the warriors.
He was trying to keep Hasashi from making, future warriors in his bloodline. Because apparently Hasashi was the most powerful warrior in his bloodline, and he was supposed to be more powerful than Sub-Zero, but he caught him off guard.
Yeah, he caught him off guard. If he was prepared for what he was gonna see, he probably would have whipped Sub-Zero's ass, to be honest. And next thing you know, family, the wife, before Sub-Zero came in and got into the family, the wife was smart. She was smart because apparently she must have knew what the plan was with what he was doing, because she only hid the baby. She didn't hide the oldest child.
Poor child.
Just the baby. The oldest child she tried to protect by holding him and everything, but she hid the baby under the floor. Was it under the floor? It was under something. It was under the floorboards.
It was under the floorboards.
It was under the floorboards, yeah. And then next thing you know, Sub-Zero killed the wife and the oldest child. Thank God the baby was silent, did not cry or nothing. Not Sub-Zero, but Hanzo heard his wife screaming. He went back to make sure everything was okay. He saw all his men were down. He went and saw his wife and his oldest son frozen to death. So I don't know if he was thinking about the baby at first, but he probably thought the baby was dead too. Then he went after Sub-Zero. Him and Sub-Zero started fighting, and then Sub-Zero, stabbed him multiple times with the ice swords and stuff he'd be creating, and just left him there to die. And he thought he was dead, but he was still kind of like half dead. And then Scorpion heard his baby crying, trying to reach for it, and then he died right there on the spot. Then my husband, Raiden just freaking popped up. No, stop it. Get back here. I told you I love my Raiden. When it comes to the game, we play Mortal Kombat so many times. We have the game right here, too. We play it so many freaking times that Raiden, Rain, like, back then, that was the old Mortal Kombat. Be quiet. I love me some Rain back then. I love Raiden. I love Rain. I sometimes use Scorpion. But I forgot that female's name.
Which one?
I think she was Baraka's wife.
Melina.
Melina, that was her name, right? She was the siren, and she screamed. No. Melina, that's his daughter. No. I'm talking about she was the siren, and she had long white hair with a black line going down her hair, and she uses her hair to whip people.
I know it started with an S.
Yeah, it started with an S. I used to use her all the time as Sonya. Those were my favorite characters to use. Oh, it's Katana too. Katana. Yes. I will whip your ass with Katana. Look, we talking about a video game. We're supposed to be talking about the movie. But anyway, after Scorpion died, Raiden came. He had a feeling that something was gonna happen with the family. So as soon as Raiden was watching and saw that the baby was still alive, Raiden came, took the baby, took it back to his realm, and made sure the baby was safe and grew up, and it kept his bloodline going.
Oh, her name is Sindel.
Sindel? Okay, that's what it was. Boy, that was my girl right there. But after Raiden took the baby, he took the baby to make sure the baby was safe and, kept the bloodline going. Next thing you know, it showed 2020 or 2021 in this very year. It showed a boy, who was a street fighter, who was just fighting, making some money every now and then. Every time he got into a fight, he made like $200-$300 every time if he won or whatever. And I was watching him, and I'm thinking, like, is this supposed to be like Johnny Cage or something? And I said, no, Johnny Cage is a superstar. It can't be him. He's in Hollywood. And I was so confused on what they was doing. And next thing you know, he was the new character that they added in Mortal Kombat, which happens to be the descendant of Scorpion. And his bloodline kept going. And apparently, throughout his years as a child, he had the Mortal Kombat symbol on his shoulder. And he thought it was a birthmark, saying that, he had a dragon birthmark. So he thought, he was very powerful when he was fighting in all the street fighting, and he was undefeatable. But next thing you know, Jax came in the picture. And you had to know it was Jax because the facial, just that ordinary black guy out of nowhere with a little mustache and, buff around the arms. You should have known that was him. It just started off with this fresh new person. He's a street fighter, struggling, trying to stay with his wife and daughter, doing whatever. And they went somewhere. I think they went to like a dinner place. They went to a diner, yeah. And the daughter was sitting outside while the man and his wife were talking. And they said, look outside, it's snowing. They said, wait a minute, it's the middle of July. And I was like, oh shit, here we go. Sub-Zero finna come. We didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then Jax pulled up Cause Jax was on the phone around the corner talking to Raiden, and it kind of confused me because I was like, who the hell is he talking to? Don't tell me he brought Sub-Zero into this. Don't tell me he was evil.
He was talking to Raiden.
Yeah. Jax came, saved them, told them to go hide out and find Sonya Blade. And I was like, yes, Sonya. And I like how they use certain people in here. You know, the characters, and let me say the actors, y'all did very good. When I say you guys did very good on your characters, you did very good. Special effects in the movies were awesome for the powers of certain characters. I loved it. Now, this is what takes me off. I like how it did the storyline with how Jax fought Sub-Zero. Jax was trying to protect him, the guy, and he was fighting Sub-Zero. And Sub-Zero don't froze Jax's arms and broke him off and, you know, just left him there to die. I think he was dead. But then Raiden found him and they used their, you know, powerful sources of medicine and whatnot to bring him back, but they gave him robot arms. And the robot arms was skinny. It wasn't no, huh? Yeah, they were like little tiny robot arms, and I said, this is nowhere near like the video game. Why the freak they gave him tiny robot arms? The heck is going on? And it started adding on as you keep watching the movie, why his arms were tiny like that. And next thing you know, when the descendant of Scorpion, he left his wife and child at a cabin so they can stay, you know, safe. He said, I'm going to go find Sonya and see what the heck is going on and why that frozen man or whatever's after us. And he left, went to Sonya, and she was hidden in a junkyard, which was smart. And that shit was funny. As soon as that man walked in the junkyard, Sonya was beating the shit out of him.
Well, he didn't walk in there.
He just jumped over the fence and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an electric fence, so he had to jump over. He had backed up his truck, climbed his truck, and jumped over the fence so he wouldn't get electrocuted. And as soon as he landed on the ground, walked around the corner, Sonya, boom, elbowed that ass and flipped him and shit. And he said, whoa, whoa, whoa. She said, let me see that tattoo or that little mark. He's like, look, see. Shit was funny. I went, dang, woman. She said, I'll beat your ass first, ask questions later.
I mean, they being chased by a dude that can freeze anybody. It pretty much is beat down first, ask later.
And what makes it worse, like, okay, they went to her house, and her house it was like a cheap old trailer. So, you know, I felt like, you know, it's Sonya. She was in the military. She got to have something. Next thing you know, my state of mind was corrected. They went to a secret part of her house and had a little basement area with technology and paperwork on why Sub-Zero was around. They was trying to figure out what it was, what it meant with this marks. Because he said, why is this dragon thing around me? And why is that man chasing me? Because I have this mark. And Kano was in the corner and shit, tied up in chains. And I was like, why is Kano chained up in the corner?
Because Kano is an asshole.
He is an asshole. And I think they did a great job with the person they picked as Kano because of his personality in both the game and the storyline of the game. It matches very perfectly with the character in the movie. It really did. And as soon as Kano and them were in there, you know, talking about what's going on, Reptile's ass comes in the damn house.
Oh, I know Reptile.
Reptile barely had that much in the movie. He died right there on the spot by Kano.
I know. I just like Reptile's character.
Shoot. The fact how they had showed, the thing that was pissing me off though, I was sitting here like watching all these fight scenes and in my mind I'm like, if they don't add the freaking lines in here from the game when they say Sub-Zero wins or Sonya wins or flawless victory, like I was like, if they don't say those dang lines.
They added the fatalities.
They added the fatality. That's what I was.
And the flawless victory too.
That and Sonya went. They not Sonya, but what's his name? Doggone it. It was I think it was Kung Yao.
Kung Lao?
It was either him or Liu Kang. It was Liu Kang because he was fighting. That's the ending part.
He was fighting.
I forgot.
We'll say that when we get
I was trying to remember which evil character he was fighting, but we'll get to that point. But yeah. So after Kano escaped, because the only way he escaped was because he had went when Reptile was invisible. You know how Reptile has that acid coming out of his mouth. He went there by Reptile and made the acid go towards the chains, and he broke free. And as soon as he broke free, he killed Reptile for Sonya and the other guy. And he said,
no, he didn't do it for them. He did it because Reptile was also after him as well.
Well, yeah, that too. But the fact how he killed them, Sonya lied, being, her evil ways, saying if you help us, we'll help you or whatever. And he said that he was going to find Raiden's realm, the person of Mortal Kombat.
Raiden's temple.
Yeah, Raiden's temple. And Sonya says that's what she's been looking for. She said, how you know where it is? He said, I just know. I know people that know people. I know. And she said, all right, here's the deal. You help us and she was going to give him $2 to $10 million or something like that. It was either 2 or 10. Some with a T, $2 or $10 million. And she lied. She said, I live in this crappy ass Rio Junior. You really think I got $2 to $10 million? And that shit was funny. They was on a helicopter. They landed, but they was somewhere in a desert area. And next thing you know, all the traveling and stuff paid off because they actually found it. And they found Liu Kang.
Well, technically, Liu Kang found them.
Well, Liu Kang found them. And he took them to the realm and, opened the doors and showed them Raiden and everything. And Raiden said, these are the people you brought me. We're gonna lose. We're already gonna lose. I can feel it. That was his whole vibe. Like we're gonna die. These people you brought me.
He was just calling everybody out. He said the one dude that was a descendant of Scorpion. He said he doesn't even know what his power is yet. He said Sonya doesn't even have a mark. And then he just walked away.
And then Kano, he was just a dick.
Kano was just like, I think you're forgetting something. Raiden just turned around and shocked him.
Yeah, exactly. Every time, and look, this is what made it funny, because Kano's a dick. Every time he walked somewhere with them or said something, he either gets punched, zapped, blown at something. Somebody gets his ass. They always freaking get him.
He deserves it.
He deserves it, but I'm sitting here like, that man don't really need that much. They've been shocking and getting the mess out of his ass the whole movie.
But that was actually a good tactic they used because it ended up helping him in the long run.
Yeah, not that scene. I'm just saying whenever he say something or just be stupid, they zap him or something. At that point, that didn't count because he was just... How can I say this? When they went to Raiden to go see him, that's when they also met Kung Lao, which was Liu Kang's cousin. And, they had their powers and stuff already, and they said they was going to train them to help them with the battle. And since Sonya didn't have the marking of the Mortal Kombat, they told her to stay away because, she wasn't a chosen one. So they was working with Kano and, the descendant of Scorpion and whatnot. So Kano was still being a dick, and the other guy, Scorpion's descendant, he was trying. He was doing good so far, but he still kept losing. But they said, you got to keep working on it. You got to, find your power. He was doing good at first, but he still kept losing. Next thing you know, Kano went up, but with Liu Kang. Shit was funny. Had the whole theater laughing. Shit was funny. This nigga was like, all right, let's go, boy. Let's go, mate. We finna do this, mate. Let's go, let's go. And then Liu Kang didn't do nothing. He just looked at him and just tripped him. And he's just like, I wasn't ready for that, mate. Let's go. He gets up again. Liu Kang just trips him again. And he's just like, I wasn't freaking ready, mate. All right, let's go. And then as soon as Liu Kang was finna trip him again, he jumped in the air. But he jumped too early. He was just like, whoa, wait, what? And then Liu Kang got him again. And I was just like, bruh. After they did the training, they ate dinner and everything. And they sat down and they said, here, you must eat, so you can get your balance and everything for training. Kano was being a dick at the table, talking shit about, Liu Kang and Kung Lao, saying, I ain't wasting my time with you idiots. I'm powerful. I'm this. I'm that. And Liu Kang and Kung Lao both were like sensing, like they found out what his power was or how to control his power. He was so angry.
They found out how to help him unlock his power because it's people that are usually arrogant have very fragile egos that can easily be triggered and make them angry. Mm-hmm. And it helps him unlock his potential.
So they kept saying things to piss him off, going towards his face as if they was gonna fight him, and they kept saying things to make him so angry that his laser eye power actually came out. And he realized that, oh wow, I see what you assholes were doing. So you had to get me pissed off, right? And I was just like, bruh. Seriously.
But the fact that he was actually the first one to get it.
But the part that I did not like with this was, okay, Mortal Kombat, Melina. I'm sorry. Me and my co-workers was talking about this at work. The character y'all got for Melina, we loved it. And when I was watching Dwayne and Jazz, shout out to Dwayne and Jazz for their couple react channels. I love y'all. Jasmine said the same thing that I was thinking when I was watching the movie. I didn't say nothing because I was just trying to enjoy the movie as I went. But Melina, because you know in the game, Melina had her mouth jaw was open, bloody and stuff, licking her thing. And they added that in the movie where she cut up Sonya and licked her blood off the sword and stuff she used. But that was the only scene she had her mouth open. That was legit it. Just that one fight scene through the movie. She didn't know it had it bloody, but it wasn't open.
No, they showed it in the they did have that in the scene.
No, that's what I was saying.
No, they had it in the scene, like when her mouth was ripped open.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't have it open until her and Sonya got into that fight scene. The whole movie it wasn't open. That's what a lot of people were saying.
That's because her mouth isn't always like that all the time.
I know, but we was waiting for that to happen, and we wanted more of that action. Is what we were saying.
Honestly, the minute that happened, she got bodied. I'm not gonna lie, she died. As soon as
that's what Jasmine said too on Dwayne and Jazz. She said as soon as she did it, boom, dead.
Like, it made no sense.
That's what I was thinking, like, why would y'all do it at the very part when she's about to freaking die? But I said, hey, at least they're coming out with a second one. That's the one thing about this movie. It got so good in theaters and on HBO Max with people at home that they're making a second one.
Well,
and
honestly, they might actually show more of that because Melina is a clone, and we did see, we've seen her die. So if she's a clone and she dies, she can immediately get reborn.
The only part in the movie that got me was, because me and you was talking about in the theater, and my heart kept pounding, was when they was trying to help Scorpion's descendant find his, his ability, yeah. And they was trying to figure out, how to defeat them, the evil people or whatever. And they was trying to figure out what was going to make him, defeat them. At first he gave up and said, I don't have no time for this. I can't do this. I'm not a warrior. He went back to his wife and daughter. And this one said it to me in the theaters. He whispered to me in the theaters, and I had to think about it. And I said, what if that crap happened? Sub-Zero, okay, so he went back in time. Scorpion went back in time. But Sub-Zero and Melina and the evil people, they sent, what was the prince name? The prince. Prince Goro. Yeah, they sent him back to go get him and kill him and his family. But apparently he said that they believe that whatever Scorpion went through in his past, which was his wife and son dying, is what's going to trigger him to, have his power. And in my heart, I'm watching this whole fight scene like, I swear to God, don't you kill this wife and baby. Don't you do it.
He got close to killing him.
He got close to killing him, yeah. So apparently seeing his wife and child in danger is what triggered him to get his powers. I'm thinking it was going to be the same thing like Scorpion, but it was his own creativity. Like, they gave him a whole armor suit with the little scorpion parts on his arm, the little shooters to shoot.
Oh, no, those were, I think you're talking about Sonya. What he had.
No, not Sonya. I'm talking about Scorpion's descendant.
I know, I'm talking about the things he had on his arms. What he had on his arms, he had two weapons. He had a, I don't know what they're called, but it's a Japanese weapon. One end is a blade, and the other end is like a little, like,
shield.
You know how, like, nightsticks are? One end's are shaped like that, but it's not called a nightstick. It's like a little stick that goes all the way down your forearm and a little bit up here, and you hold it right in your arm.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
The other end was the same way, except it didn't have a nightstick part. It had a blade.
I thought the other one was kind of like Scorpion's that it shot out.
The other one was like a blade thing. That thing that he shot out, that was probably that blade that Scorpion gave him, or that Scorpion had in the past, with the rope tied to the other end.
Yep. And then I remember too, he defeated the Prince Girl and everything. He went back because apparently Raiden must already knew he was going to defeat him. Raiden had a little lightning bolt come out in the sky and had him come back in time to the realm, to the temple and everything. Next thing you know, they fired all the evil ones. Sonya went to go fight Kano. Apparently Kano, after somebody dies, whoever you kill, and if they were a chosen one, you get the chosen one symbol because you killed the chosen one. So apparently you're more powerful than them, so you get the chosen one thing.
If
But
you want to choose one, you get their symbol, which gives you your own unique power if you found it.
yep. And then with Sonya, I forgot what her unique power was. She shot out some black and
She
pink.
shoots out. She shoots out sonic pulses from her wrist. Or
Yeah,
her.
it's just the way how they did certain powers for some of these people. It was a little different than the stuff they have in the game.
Sonya's was that's actually Sonya's.
Not Sonya. I'm talking about the other people. Not what was his name? God dang it, what was his name?
Jax.
No, not Jax.
Kabal.
No, I know Sub-Zero. If it's Sub, I don't know his name. The people you saying, I said their names already. He was talking to Kano.
The black dude in the suit with the two swords.
Yeah,
That was Kabal.
that was okay.
The one in the black suit with the mask on. He was telling Kabal to join his side, and he'll get beat double. Yeah, that's Kabal. That is his power.
It was different from the game back then.
Trust me, that's exactly the same. That's why I hate fighting Kabal, because he moves too fast. His ability is...
Teleportation.
No, not necessarily teleportation. It's moving so fast, it's kind of like teleportation. He moves at the speed of sound, or light, either one. He moves very fast, and he has two dual blades.
Well, he sure sucks, because Liu Kang sure died on. I did not like how they made Kulao die like that. I did not like how they made Kulao die. I'm gonna just put that crap out there.
They could have saved him.
They could have saved him. And he told us some, no, you must go and then Liu Kang, I know that was your family and all, you want to shout. But he over there like, he might as well be a white man on his knees. Someone's like, no. And like, I'm still alive, man. He didn't even suck out my soul yet. And by the time he went close to the hole, his soul gone. I'm like, bro, y'all had like...
But then again, if you think about it, there really was nothing you could do. Once he already starts the process of sucking your soul, there's always going to be that little part of your soul that's going if they interrupt it. Like, you're probably going to lose that
They
part
could have
of it
still at least kind of like shot him one time or something to kind of stop something. I don't know.
They could have tried, but they would have got caught too. They would have got their soul taken as well. Like, even if they would have interrupted him taking their soul, he would have probably crippled him so much to the point where he took like most of his soul and left him, a little hollow. He probably would have, still been unconscious, and he could have took Liu Kang's soul and went back to taking Shang Tsung.
I'm not gonna lie though, the ending though of the whole movie is what really got my soul. The fight scene with Sub-Zero. Okay, I don't get me wrong, I love me some Scorpion and everything, but y'all kind of jumped Sub-Zero. Those two basically jumped. So basically, without one person, couldn't even defeat him. You had to have two of y'all selves to defeat Sub-Zero, because apparently he got that powerful.
Their plan was even worse. Their plan was to all save Sub-Zero for last and all jump him. Literally, the whole team. Sonya, Jax, all of them. They were all going to jump him. So it was either the whole team versus Sub-Zero or two people versus Sub-Zero. And honestly, the plan was to be one person versus Sub-Zero, but then Scorpion came out of nowhere.
Scorpion is like, I was waiting for him to pump out of hell. I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, dude, talking about revenge, come on, get your ass out the ground. Get your ass out the ground.
He had to wait for the opportunity.
He's like, I'm gonna get you.
He had to wait for the opportunity because, like, the Sub-Zero was always around Shang Tsung, so there was
when he came out with his opportunity, shit was funny. I was so pissed off because he froze the daughter and the freaking wife of the descendant of Scorpion, and he was just. I was traumatized. I bet they were, but I was traumatized watching that scene.
They almost got killed by a giant dude with 4 arms and almost frozen to death.
Hell yeah, man. And then Sub-Zero came in the freaking scene out of hell. I'm like, there you go. And the first thing that came out of his mouth, get over here. I'm like, oh shit. I said, yep, you finna die, You finna die, Sub-Zero. You finna die. It's the way how he just like, hey, how you doing? Get over here. That was the best fight scene though, I'm not gonna lie. And he whispered saying, take care of my bloodline. As soon as they killed Sub-Zero, Raiden and everybody came in the scene and they said, we gotta gather more warriors. And next thing you know, at the end of the movie, I'm like, more warriors, who they finna get? And as soon as the descendant of Scorpion said, "I'm quitting street fighting. I'm finna go on my own journey." And then the guy he was talking to was the leader of the street fighting ring, and he was just like, "Oh, really? Where you going? Like, like he ain't gonna make it nowhere. Like, oh, where you going? Huh? Where you gonna go?" He said, "I'm going to Hollywood." I was like, "Hollywood?" Johnny Cage, and then he passed a sign with Johnny Cage on it, because Johnny Cage is a movie star who plays in fighting movies. So I'm sitting here like, oh Lord, Johnny Cage. And ever since they came out with that scene, I go on my Facebook every day, my Instagram, and any other social media, and all you see is Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 2. And some cases it talks about who's going to play Johnny Cage. They're talking about this person's going to play Johnny Cage, or this person's going to play. I don't know who's going to play Johnny Cage. All I know is that please make sure he is good for this role. The movie was good so far with part 1, so please don't fuck up part 2. Oh my god. Oh Lord. If they do make it, I don't know. Like, I wonder if we're going to be able to go. This one right here is trying to go to the theaters to watch Demon Slayer. So.
Train. What? I haven't seen it.
I know.
I want to watch Moving Train.
You can watch it from here at the house.
I mean, I can, but I need a website.
We're going to end the video right here for today. And also, don't forget to look in the descriptions and click on my Linktree. My Cash App is also down there, so you guys can send me $1 or more for support to help me out so I can have more for the channel. And the Linktree is also an link website for you to go ahead and put all the links to all your social medias down, just to make it simple so I don't have to keep retyping and retyping. All you got to do is just click that, and you just click on if you want to go on my YouTube channel, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and then I also have my sponsorships for if you want to buy the coldest water bottle or go on Shop and Glow and get the jewelry and stuff with my codes so you can get 30% off. Also, I want you guys to stay tuned because I told you guys that every day I'm going to be posting a video, so it may be 1 video a night or 2 videos a night or day, depending on when I post the videos. But I want you guys to stay tuned and keep up, and also click on that notification bell so you can also get notifications on my next video. See you later. Bye bye.